Welcome to Game Garble, a one-stop podcast for game news and portal to undiscovered and interesting game content.
This is Kayla.
Hi!
And I'm Chris, and we're your hosts.
Yeah! Welcome to Game Garble!
Welcome to Game Garble.
We are so glad you're back.
Yeah, we really are.
Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe so you can be notified when we have new episodes out.
Yeah, getting those notifications. We publish them episodes.
So we're really excited that you're here and super excited to tell you about all the fun things we've been playing this week.
Yeah. I mean, when am I not playing games? Let's be honest.
That's so true. So, Christopher, what did you play this week?
Well, I really got into The Messenger.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's basically a spiritual successor to Ninja Gaiden, but it's got a meta twist on it.
Tell me more.
So the graphics and the way the game plays is very much NES-like. It harkens back to the good old days of that old-fashioned action platforming of Ninja Gaiden, going through levels. I mean, it's obviously want to pay homage to this game. But then midway through the game, you go through this tower, and then you get transported to the 16-bit era.
What?
And now all of a sudden everything sounds like a SNES game. It looks like
really
a SNES
cool.
game. Yeah, and the game likes to make a bunch of meta jokes about itself. So, yeah, at first when I was playing, I was like, wow, this is really easy. I thought people said Ninja Gaiden was hard. I guess they wanted to make it easier for people to get into.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but once I got to the last level of the NES-bit era, it started to get nice and difficult.
Well, that seems like a fun game.
It is, and I still am playing it. I've got a little bit more to go, I guess. I thought I was done, and then it was like, nope, you still got more game to play.
Yeah. What else have you been playing?
I've been playing Turok recently too, the original Turok, not
What's the difference?
Reboot. There's been a reboot. I don't know if there's been anything else. There was a reboot for Xbox 360, but I'm playing the remastered version from the N64.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a good old classic fun. It's not a good looking game. It's not pretty at all.
Yeah, I saw you playing it and I was like, oh, that's rough. But it's also like an older game, so you can't expect it to be like Ori quality.
This is back when 3D games were first a thing.
Yeah.
Like real 3D games.
It's
polygons
actually not
and textures.
bad for what it is, though.
Yeah, it's really nice.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not my preference, but I'm not really into the old style retro look of the type of games that were, prevalent during that time.
Let me be honest. I don't know many
is.
people that are fans of how characters and textures looked back in the N64 and PlayStation 1 era. They were some great games, but they did not look good.
Right, but for what it is, like, it doesn't look bad. It just looks like all those games looked during
a lot of them were
era.
Technical marvels.
Yeah. So are you enjoying the game?
Yes, I played Turok when I was a kid, and I never got very far. I cheated to get to the end, but I want to go back and play it because it was fun. And even though there's a surprising amount of platforming for a first-person shooter, it still controls really tight. And I think the only thing that I didn't like about it originally was platforming in the first-person shooter is really hard. And they make you do it a lot.
That's rough.
It is, but they streamline the controls a lot for PC and for consoles. And so it's a lot easier to make those jumps now.
Right.
I could have just gotten better too. But I feel like it's because...
I mean, that probably has a little bit to do with it.
Oh, for sure.
You're also not a child playing it anymore.
But hey, I mean, props to my child self. It's hard to make those jumps. Making jumps when you're looking first person, that's not intuitive.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But it's been fun. I feel like, just playing the classic old shooter.
Brings back a little bit of your
It
childhood.
does. One thing I was thinking about while I was playing it was back in the day, this was a violent video game.
Mm-hmm.
And there was blood and some
and now
guts
it's
and
like
gore.
you have
and
no idea
like,
what a violent video
now it's
game
like, wow,
is if
this
you
is
think
super
that's violent.
tame.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is back when you could turn on like green blood
what
or no
was that
blood.
trailer you were watching yesterday where it like opens up with a guy getting cut in half? And I was like, whoa, not for me.
Oh yeah.
That's a violent video game.
Yeah, that's some blood and gore.
That's a little bit different.
Oh yeah.
Boy, have times changed.
Yeah, I was thinking I don't I wouldn't show this to my daughter, but if she accidentally watched it, I don't think it'd be that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It's just weird because when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to play this game,
And now it's that's nothing.
No, it's nothing.
Well, my games are on the tamer side.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not surprising at all.
So, I've been continuing to play Portia.
Ooh.
I will have you know that in my quest for conquering the different challenges, I've been doing pretty well.
Yeah.
I've been doing pretty well. I've been making new things, exploring new areas. I've been wooing Arlo successfully.
Oh, yeah. I was
We're
just about to
currently
ask.
buddies.
Oh, my goodness.
So I can now enter his room. Just saying. Pretty cool.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I've been giving him
Wow.
lots of roses, lots of bronze swords, and he's liking my gifts.
He's just got a pile of swords.
That's
in his room.
apparently how you woo people: is you give them gifts.
He just tosses it with his other swords.
It's because it came from me, and we're buddies now. We're buddies status. So now I just gotta climb out of that friend zone. So yeah, it's going well. It's going well.
Nice.
So I'm going to keep playing that because it's awesome and I love it. So, yeah.
Those simulation games.
I just love them so much. And then I've also been playing Lego World.
Oh, Lego World. That's a fun one.
Yeah, well, I hadn't played it in a while. When Christopher and I first got married, I would play it a lot with his parents because his dad is super into Lego World, or was when it first came out. And so it was I think it was on Game Pass, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it is now.
Yeah, so that's how we got it. We downloaded it from Game Pass, and I was like, oh, this reminds me of my father-in-law.
Yeah.
And so I started playing it again, and it's so much fun. I started playing with my brother, and we went to the cotton candy world, and he painted the whole thing black. What a butthole.
He did.
What a literal hole in the butt. I still love him, but that was my favorite one. He ruined it.
There's so many other worlds, Kayla.
I know.
That
But
look
anyways,
just like it.
It's a really fun game, and I like it. I just started getting into it, so I haven't put that many hours into it. Maybe an hour or two. But yeah, I'm going to continue to play it because I like it.
Nice.
Yeah. It's been a whole lot of fun.
Very nice.
So, yeah, next week, hopefully I'll get more time in it. This week was super busy, so I didn't have a lot of time to invest in gameplay. But this week I have a little bit more of a lax schedule, so I'm going to be playing lots of Lego
More
World.
games. Yep.
Well, I have a few other things on my list that I want to play. So, and I won't give those away because some of them are for future Obscurity sessions. So
Whoa.
you'll have to tune in to see what's coming up. But it's going to be awesome. So I'm going to be playing some of those for episodes in December. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Garble News, ready for reporting. A portion dedicated to what's happening in gaming culture. So, Christopher, My little game reporter, what is going on in game culture? What's going on in the gaming world? Tell us what's new.
Yeah, Chris here reporting, bringing you a scoop from the interwebs.
What?
Yeah, so Pokemon Sword and Shield's coming out soon. It's literally right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's excited about it that, is into Pokemon. People are pretty apprehensive too. They're making a lot of changes with these ones.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Personally, I think it looks nice, but only time will tell if it'll...
I've heard mixed reviews from people. I'm just excited that it's coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Whether there are changes or not, I'm just excited to see the product that they come out with.
Yeah. So, one thing that has bugged a lot of people is that Game Freak has made multiple announcements that they're not going to include the full Pokedex.
Which is not okay, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. I mean, there are so many Pokemon in these games now, and it's been a thing from the very first one that you gotta catch them all.
Exactly, gotta catch them all. That's like the whole purpose.
I know. Do you know how many Pokemon are in these games?
How many?
Like 700 plus.
Well, maybe their catchphrase shouldn't be gonna catch them all if they're not gonna put them all in the game. That makes no sense.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of reasons why they're deciding not to do it. Part of it is just resources. If you're trying to make a good game with a lot of different features.
They're a multi-million-dollar company. I'm sure they have enough resources. That's a bit of a BS answer, in my personal opinion.
I'm just the messenger.
Not
I'm
enough
not Game
resources.
Freak.
Ha. Okay, what's the other reason? Because that one isn't valid.
Well, the other reason is they're doing a lot of new things with this one. And so they're wanting to try this out and see how it goes. There are going to be other games, supposedly, that may end up having a full Pokemon.
Yeah, but I think
Pokedex,
there's so much of the community that's already in an uproar about this that it's just probably not a good move on their part. Although it is creating buzz, not that Pokemon needs buzz because it's Pokemon.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't think it's a wise move. Especially for their branding. Their branding is gotta catch 'em all. And then they only put, half the Pokedex in it? That's
Whoa. It's not going to be half. I mean, I doubt it. I don't know. We won't know until the game comes out. But there's so many Pokemon in these games.
Yeah,
Kayla,
but still.
have you tried catching them all?
That's not the point. The point is their catchphrase is gotta catch 'em all.
I
and
know,
then you can't even catch them all.
It's rough. I've tried it. I'm still working on it.
Rise above.
Making it a bit easier. I mean,
Bring out the Ash Ketchum in your soul, and then you'll catch them all.
Ash Ketchum only catch like 20 Pokemon.
Hey, don't be a hater.
So that's the deal.
Misty was my favorite.
They're definitely not going to have a full Pokedex in this game.
Yeah.
And whether they're going to have it in future games is totally up to them. Who knows? But yeah, that's just the way it is.
We'll keep you updated.
Yeah.
We're going to get it and play it and try it out. And hopefully we'll like it.
Yeah.
I think we will.
Maybe a little better than
I'll
Let's
still
Go
be
Eevee
disappointed if
and
the
Pikachu.
whole Pokedex isn't in there. But I'll still like it if it's good. I'll just be disappointed. Yeah. Well, thanks for that story, Christopher.
Hey, no problem. That's my job.
We'll keep our eyes and ears out for more information on it when it comes out.
Yeah.
Welcome to Obscurity, a segment of the show where we take a unique or unknown game and chat about it. So, Christopher, this week for Obscurity, we have none other than Tacoma.
Whoa, Tacoma.
Yes. So Tacoma is an adventure game that was published in August of 2017 by Fulbright. It was designed by Stephen Gaynor, and it's available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, Linux, and Macintosh operating systems. So we'll be talking about it from the perspective of Xbox One. At the time of this recording, it is available on Game Pass. So if you haven't played it, go ahead and download it because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you sure had a lot of fun with this one.
Yeah, I played it all the way through because I loved it.
Yeah, you really got into the story.
Yeah, so it's about this person who is hired to get some information from a spacecraft.
Whoa.
And to deliver this information to this company. And her mission is just to get the information. So she's not allowed to interact with the operating system of the ship or anything else on the ship. She's only there to collect these key pieces of technology, hardware, and then deliver them to this company.
Right, yeah.
And so while she's there, she can actually interact with the operating system. It's an AI system.
Cool.
And so while she does that, the computer shows images of the last 24 hours on the ship. So she can record and fast forward through these projections, these projected memories of what happened on the ship, and she figures out what happened to the crew, and it's a very captivating story.
Yeah, it's really interesting because you get onto the ship and there's no one there.
Yeah.
Literally.
Just you and the AI.
Yeah. And you can play back these virtual recordings. You have this like virtual AI or virtual monitoring system, and you can like literally watch these people as they like walk around and talk. And you're an investigator. You're trying to piece together what went down and get the AI.
Yeah, and so it's really cool because you can record and fast forward these projections to help find clues. So like you have to use the projections to find different passwords to unlock different doors, different codes that help you translate things. Like there's so many like cool mystery things that you can discover, and then because of those discoveries, learn more about the crew, what's going on in their personal lives, and how that's affecting what happened the last day the crew were on the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it has a super good and, in my opinion, unexpected twist. And so I really, really enjoyed the ending. So play it all the way through. It's not that big of a commitment. It took me, like 2 hours-ish?
Yeah,
to finish, 2 or 3 hours. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, maybe even a little longer, but it wasn't a long game at all. It was very story driven, and very much so like you had to think about what was going on and what they were saying in order to piece together what happened and where to go next.
Yeah, exactly. And some of the stuff won't unlock until you unlock the previous thing. Not everything, but some of the things won't unlock. So you really have to play the story through and gather as much information as you can. But
right.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool, and it brings up an interesting shift in the economy if we were ever to do commercialized space transporting. Let's say far in the future we can live on Mars or the moon or whatever, and they need companies to transport goods from planet to planet. It does bring up an interesting perspective on humans identifying themselves not as humans but as planetary citizens. So I would be Kayla from Earth, not Kayla the human being or Kayla from the United States.
Oh.
You know, so they
yeah.
have a sense of nationalism, but they also have a sense of like planetary identity, which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah.
And it talks a little bit of like the shift in economy because of that. And also like the shift in cultural identity and understanding because of that. Like they're very underlying themes in the game, but they're still present. So I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the vessel is made up of a team of people from different planets, different areas on those planets. And so they're coming together to work on this project that they've been hired to do. And so it just like brings up a lot of questions about like corporate power versus planetary power and the politics that surround that, and also the politics that surround the use and abuse of AI technology. So I thought that was really interesting. And probably a question that the human race is going to come in contact with in the next few hundred years, probably, at the rate science is
advancing.
Yeah. So it gives you a lot to think about and a lot to like, I don't know, experience in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really, really enjoyed it. I thought about playing it one more time because there was one thing that I know I didn't do, and it's because in order to get into this, there's a person, and in order to get into their lockbox in their room, you have to go back to their locker and get the combination and then get the key out of their locker. Well, I got the key out of the locker, but then I accidentally dropped it, and then the game glitched and it disappeared.
What?
Yeah, and I even tried to go back and get it, and I just couldn't.
Aw.
Yeah, so that's like the only thing I know I didn't do, and I just really want to see what's in that stinking lockbox. I guess I could YouTube it, but still, like, I want to do it for myself and experience it for myself. But yeah, so that was a bum.
Unfortunate.
I know, it was a big bum.
Yeah.
So I will probably go back and play it because it's been like, I don't know, a few weeks since I've played it, and it's still bothering me that I don't know what's in that box.
So just look it up.
I know, it's not the same, Christopher. It's not the same.
Yeah, but it'll take 5 seconds.
I know, I'm gonna look it up.
Yep. Well, let's be real here.
Yeah, but it was a really fun game, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a really neat story.
Yeah. So that's all we have for you today. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we really enjoy having you guys here.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. Next week we'll be publishing a Christmas guide, and it will talk about all of the games that we suggest if you're looking for different games for your family and friends. And it'll be broken down into family games for like people just getting into gaming, the different kind of games like puzzle platformer, things of that nature.
We've got some options to give you guys.
Yeah, so we have a variety for
games.
everyone, and we're not sponsored, so we don't get anything out of it except sharing awesome information with you guys because we love you guys, and we want to share our insights on what we think you potentially might like and what your friends and family might potentially like.
Oh, yeah.
So check that out. It'll be published the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, which is perfect timing because Black Friday is that week.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have plenty of time to go through the podcast and look at those games and see if there are any good deals before you go shopping.
Yeah.
On Friday or Boxing Day for our Canadian and other European friends.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. But until next time, we're just super glad you're here, and we hope that you have a good week.
Yeah, thanks again for listening.
Bye. Did you have a good time? Leave us a 5-star rating with games you would like us to chat about next, and you could be featured in an upcoming episode. Don't forget to subscribe and talk with us on social media. Links are in the description. Thanks for visiting, friends, and until next time, game on!